everyone, it's Dr. Gans Boogie here again, back for another DVD and VHS update. And happy holidays to everybody. This is actually my first video for December, and later on this month I hope to put more updates and some Christmas videos up, so hopefully some of you guys will be looking forward to that. But this is actually an update of the stuff that I picked up in the past 2 weeks. And it's actually, I picked up a good amount of stuff here, and I'm excited to show you guys what I bought, so I'm not going to waste too much time here doing the intro, and I'm just going to get going and show you guys what I got. And I have a good stack of DVDs here, and I also picked up some VHS tapes too. And most of the stuff I picked up at FYE or thrift stores, but some of it I've ordered online too. So first off here, I'm going to start off with the DVDs. And this I actually found at a Goodwill for $3, and I was pretty excited about this when I found it. This is the Alien 2-disc edition, and Alien is one of my favorite movies. Ridley Scott is one of my favorite directors. This movie and Blade Runner, I think, are some of the best science fiction movies ever made. And this is a pretty cool 2-disc set. It comes with the director's cut and the theatrical cut of the movie, which I'm glad they included both cuts, and it came with this nice little insert here, you know, with some information about the release and all that. Really cool. Also, this is what the set looks like, and you know, these sets have been out for a while, so I'm sure most of you guys have seen these, but I actually don't think I've ever owned one of these before. So I'm just, you know, I think it looks really nice actually. So I'm really glad I picked this one up, and for $3 at Goodwill, I thought it was a deal I couldn't pass on. And the discs were all in good shape. Both discs were in nice shape, and it's got some really cool special features on it. So really glad that I picked this one up. Again, this is the Alien 2-disc special edition. Then next up, I was also really excited about this. This is a Hammer film, and it's also an Anchor Bay release. So this is part of my, this is an addition to my Hammer collection and also to my Anchor Bay collection. So anytime I can find one of these, I'm super excited. This is Prehistoric Women, and this is a Hammer film from the '66, I think. And I actually just watched this, and it was pretty good. It's about this guy who somehow travels back in time, and he encounters this tribe of women, and their leader, who is on the cover right there, I forget her name in the movie, but she's very evil, and you know, all the girls are her slaves, and it's just, you know, a fun cheesy '60s science fiction movie with cave girls in it. So, you know, all these are really cool. Hammer put out a couple more of these. Their most famous one is called 10,000 years BC or something like that. I'll put the name up if I said it wrong. But that's their one with Raquel Welch in it, which is that's you know, a classic science fiction movie. Hammer also did that. And I would say this movie is around those same, you know, it's the same type of film. So I had a lot of fun watching this. I thought it was, you know, an interesting and good film. Hammer always, I think, does good films. They're just quality, and they're interesting too. They always pick interesting stories. The insert for this, which is one of these older cardboard Anchor Bay inserts, which I'm always excited to get. And this is also an older Anchor Bay release, because you can tell the disc is a clear disc, and the special features are on the B side. So most of the time, you know, especially since there's not a lot of special features on this at all, it'll all be on the same side of the disc. But this was early in DVDs and everything, so this is really cool. This DVD release from 1999. This is really hard to find. I looked on Amazon and only saw one copy going brand new for $60, and I found this at FYE for $14 used, but it's in really good condition. So extremely excited about this find here. Next up, I actually tried to finish my George A. Romero zombie collection, which I did. So I picked up Land of the Dead, which I've always liked. I remember when this movie first came out, I was really excited about this. It was around the time when I was first getting into Romero's movies in general, was when this movie came out. So So I've always wanted to buy this again. This has Asia Argento, Dario Argento's daughter, who was in a lot of his films, Argento. So this is really cool, and I think out of Romero's newer zombie movies, this is definitely the best. And then to finish it off, I picked up Survival of the Dead, which is a sequel to Diary of the Dead, which I already own on DVD. And out of the whole series, I think Diary of the Dead is probably the worst. In my opinion, I think it's the worst. I've actually never seen this one, but I've seen a couple reviews on it. And it sequels Diary of the Dead, where it has some of the same characters, but it doesn't follow that, shot on video look that the Diary of the Dead was going for, which I think Diary of the Dead really failed on that. If it was just a normal zombie movie, it might have been okay, but since it tried to have that realistic look where, it was shot on video cameras and everything, which so many movies are doing now, I just get so tired of doing that. If I see a trailer for a movie nowadays and it has that look to it, I basically just ignore the film, because I just get so tired of seeing movies like that. And there's some really good examples like Blair Witch and even Cloverfield, I think did a good job with that style, but Diary of the Dead just not at all. But this I'm actually looking forward to checking out. Like I said, it's a sequel to Diary of the Dead, but it doesn't use that shot on video style. It's like a normal movie, so that's cool. And this is a 2-disc set, and I found this at FYE actually for $4.99, which I thought was a good deal. And those are the discs there, so looking forward to just checking this one out for the first time. It's the only one out of his newer zombie movies that I've actually haven't seen. And then next up here, I picked up a couple Elvira DVDs. This is the last out of the Shout Factory's Movie Macabre 2-packs that they put out that I needed to buy. This one features Count Dracula's Great Love and Frankenstein's Castle of Freaks. So I'm looking forward to checking both of these out, and the Elvira Movie Macabres are just awesome. It's Elvira's show from the 80s where she just hosts the movie, and she does really funny jokes and skits in between. Just a really great show. I love it. One of my favorite shows to watch right now, actually. So really cool. And this I actually ordered online, but I got really cheap because I wanted to finish the whole collection. There's 6 of these Movie Macabre 2-packs from Shout Factory. This was the only one I was missing, so I ordered it offline. But I think with shipping and everything, it was like almost less than $5, and I got this brand new. It's just really cheap. But this one also came with the insert, which is really awesome. So just again, really excited about this. And I also picked up another Elvira DVD, and this is Elvira's Haunted Hills. And this is the second movie that she plays her Elvira character in, and she stars in this. And I actually think this one is almost just as good as her first one, which was just called Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And I would actually say this one is just as good. So if you like that one and haven't seen this one yet, I would highly suggest this. And just alone as like a horror spoof or a horror parody, I think this is a pretty decent movie. Like, it wasn't laugh out loud funny, but there are certain scenes in this that were actually legitimately funny. And I had a really fun time watching this. It's like a spoof on the Roger Corman, Edgar Allan Poe movies that he did in the 60s and 50s with Vincent Price and everything. It's like a spoof on those, but it also spoofs a lot of the like Hammer and Amicus horror, like British horror movies. So just really good. I thought this was great. Just a fun story, and Elvira is just awesome. And I've been buying a lot of Elvira stuff lately, DVDs and tapes. So eventually I want to do a video where I actually show all my Elvira stuff, but I'm actually getting some really cool Elvira related tapes and DVDs for Christmas, so I'm gonna wait till after Christmas actually to do that video. But again, I would highly recommend this, Elvira's Haunted Hills. This is a lot of fun. This movie came out in 2002, so it was like 10 or 12 years after her first movie came out. And next up here is actually this really cheap 2-pack that I found at a Walgreens, and it had these 2 straight-to-video like budget movies here. which one of them is Summer City with Mel Gibson, which I do not plan to watch unless I'm really, really bored one day. But the reason I picked this up is it actually comes with a film called Crazy Streets, which stars Debbie Harry and also Alec Baldwin. But I bought this mainly for Debbie Harry, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm a big fan of Blondie and Debbie Harry. I like to collect anything that Debbie Harry's like acted in, or you know, any of her albums or anything. I just love the band and love her. Just great stuff. So this, I was actually out shopping on Thanksgiving a little bit randomly, just checking out some stores for DVDs and everything. And I actually found this at a Walgreens for $2 brand new. So I was really excited. And this is the real title for this movie is actually, I think, called Forever Lulu. And from what I've read on the computer, Debbie Harry actually only stars in like 10 minutes of this movie, so she really doesn't star in it. She just plays like a side character that's in the movie for a little bit. But I figured I would check it out anyways, and for $2 I just thought it was a great deal. Actually, when I found this at the store, I didn't even know what movie it was. I just saw Debbie Harry on it, so I was like, well, I'll pick this one up. But when I got home, I found out that it was actually the movie Forever Lulu with an alternate title. So, really interesting here. Like I said, not sure if I'm going to check out the Summer City with Mel Gibson, but definitely one of these days I'm going to check out the Crazy Streets. Really cool there. And then actually the last for the DVDs is this Garfield Holiday Collection that I picked up at Walmart. Right there, sticker only at Walmart. And this is actually a re-release of a Garfield Holiday Collection, which I think featured the same 5 cartoons, or 6 cartoons, oh no wait, 5 cartoons. And I used to actually have this back when it first came out, but now that DVD is out of print and hard to find, and at one point I forgot what I did with mine, but I think I traded it or gave it to one of my friends. So I've been actually wanting this for a while, but since it's out of print, the original one goes for like $50, sometimes more than that, sometimes less. So I was really glad they re-released this year, and this comes with the Garfield Christmas special, the Thanksgiving special, and Garfield's Halloween Adventure, and it also comes with 2 other TV specials, Garfield on the Town and Garfield in Paradise, which I watched all of these recently, except the Christmas one, because I'm saving that one for Christmas, but the Thanksgiving special is classic. The Halloween one I think is probably the best out of all of them. Just a really good cartoon. And also with the Garfield on the Town and Garfield in Paradise ones, just also really good cartoons. The animation in this is very simple, and they're really short. I would say each one of these is about 20 minutes long, something like that. But I would highly recommend all these. These are some of my favorite holiday specials, and some of my favorite cartoons ever made. I actually used to make cartoons, comic books, and animations when I was in high school, and Garfield was one of my biggest inspirations, the comic strips and these shorts. It's just really good right here. So that was it for the DVDs, but I'll show you guys the tapes that I picked up. And all these tapes I picked up at thrift stores. I usually check out Goodwills or Savers or whatever thrift store that I see around me I'll check out. And first off, I picked up this copy of Day of the Dead, which is one of my favorite horror movies. And I actually have a Day of the Dead tape that's similar to this, released by Media Home Video, but this one is released by Video Treasures. And it features basically the same artwork and the same pictures on the back and everything. It's just arranged a little bit differently, but I picked this up just because it was in really good shape. It's actually in better shape than my other VHS copy of Day of the Dead, and it just looked, you know, like a good copy to me. And for $1, I couldn't pass on this. Really good, one of my favorite zombie movies for sure. Next up here is the Blockbuster Presents edition of Halloween, which I always see this at Goodwills and thrift stores. I just pass on it because most of the time I can't find it in really good condition, or there's something else at the thrift store that I want to buy. But recently I decided to just pick this one up because I think it looks nice on the shelf with my other Halloween and John Carpenter tapes. And I just like to collect editions of Halloween on DVD and tape. I just always think the box art for Halloween movies releases looks nice, and I just think they're fun to collect. And next up here is this is a straight-to-video action movie called Strike Commando, starring Reb Brown. And I think this might be like a rip-off of Rambo 2, but that could be another Reb Brown movie. But Reb Brown is basically known for just doing what he's doing here on the cover, screaming and shooting off guns that are unrealistic. Just, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. And the reason I know about Reb Brown and this movie Strike Commando here is from an internet reviewer, the Spoonie one. He has his own web series called the Spoonie Experiment, and he's actually reviewed most of Reb Brown's movies, and he opened me up to the amazingness of Reb Brown. And most of his movies are just extremely cheesy, over-the-top, straight-to-video rip-offs of other movies, from other action movies from the 80s. But they're just a lot of fun and really ridiculous most of the time. So I'm actually really looking forward to checking this out. This was actually cut. The case it's in features only the cover, which was cut off the original tape. But other than that, it's in pretty good condition. And the tape itself is like an older VHS tape. And this is actually kind of hard to find. I actually was looking this up on Amazon recently, and I forgot if you can get this on DVD or not. But the VHS tape for this is actually kind of hard to find, and usually goes for around $20 used. So just really excited to find this one at a thrift store for like $1. And then here we have a really cool Robocop cartoon that I actually watched this same tape, not the same copy, but the same episode of this cartoon with my friend Mike years ago when we were still in high school. He had this on tape. And ever since, I've always wanted to see it again. I always kind of wondered what that was, too, because I couldn't exactly remember, what it was. I was like, what was that weird Robocop cartoon I watched once? So I was really glad to stumble upon this, and it happens to be the same episode that I saw when I was younger. And I recently watched this again, and I thought it was really good. It's an 80s, Saturday morning cartoon, basically, but with Robocop, and really cool. I just thought this was really fun, actually. I would want to pick up more of these. I know you can get more of these episodes on tape, so I'll have to keep my eyes out open for that. And this is from Marvel Video. And I just love the look of this tape. The side just looks great. Basically why I bought this, just because the tape itself looks so cool. It looks like a comic book, just very nice looking tape. And then last here for the update is Beavis and Butthead Do Christmas. I found this at a Savers brand new on VHS. And this is cool. I've always loved Beavis and Butthead. I mean, growing up in the 90s, it was one of my favorite cartoons to watch. So, I was really excited about this. They also had the Halloween special there, but I passed on that one. But I sort of do wish that I picked it up now. But this includes some episodes on it. I forget exactly which ones, but all the Christmas-related ones. But this suffers from the same fate that all the Beavis and Butthead home video releases suffered from, which is the DVDs and the VHS tapes, which most of the episodes are cut, and not all of them have been released on DVD or tape yet. There's still a bunch of Beavis and Butthead episodes that have never been put on tape or DVD. And most of the releases that you do find, some of the episodes are cut, and most of the time the music videos are cut out. But other than that, they actually cut and censor certain parts of these. So, I do think that's a shame. But other than that, I know I'm going to have a ton of fun watching these. I don't think anything's better than the classic Beavis and Butthead cartoons. Just some of the funniest, most insane humor I've ever seen in my life. But that is the update for this week, and I hope you guys enjoyed it again. And if you did, definitely leave a comment or give the video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.